जय श्री श्री गुरु गौरंगगंधा विकगिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा विनोद बिहारी जू की जय। श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मरन मोहन जू की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमर भक्ति वेदांत नारायण गोस्वामी महाराज श्रील गुरुदेव की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमर भक्ति वेदांत वामन गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी महाराज शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति प्रज्ञान केशव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद शतर शत शिशिमार भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोसाई प्रभुपाद की जय। नित्याल्प विश्व महाभागवत श्री गोरक्षोरस बाबाजी महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विश्व श्री सच्चिदानंद भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय। नित्याल्प विश्व वैष्णव सार्वभौम श्री जगन्नाथ दास बाबाजी महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानुकौर्य गुरु वर्ग की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद श्री भक्ति विज्ञान भारती गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद श्री भक्ति बलवतीर्थ गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद श्री भक्ति दायित माधव गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद श्री भक्ति प्रमोद पुरी गोसाई महाराज की जय। नित्याल्प विष्णु विष्णुपाद श्री भक्ति रक्षक श्रीधर गोसाई महाराज की जय। श्री रूपानु गौर्य गुरु वर्ग की जय। Say, all the associates of Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and all the disciples and followers of those associates ki jai. Jai Srila Baladev Vijabhushan Prabhu ki jai, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur ki jai, Shri Narottam Srinivas Shamananda Prabhu Trai ki jai, Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Pad ki jai, Shri Rup Sanatan Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jeev Gopal Patadas Raghunath Sharda Goswami Prabhu ki jai, श्री स्वरूप दामोदर राय रामानंदारी शिकोर पार्षद वृंद की जय। नाम अक्षय श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासरी गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री क्षेत्र मंडल कोड मंडल ब्रज मंडल मथुर वृंदावन धाम की जय। जय अभिन्न वृंदावन श्री नवदीप धाम की जय। श्री मायापुर योगपीठ की जय। जय श्री जगन्नाथ मिश्र की जय। श्री सच्ची माता की जय। जय what do you call it, the Anandotsav ki jai. Okay. Jai Jagannath Mishra's massive festival today ki jai. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai. Vishwambar Nimai ki jai. Jai Shri Vishwarup ki jai. Jai Shri Vishnu Priya Devi ki jai. Shri Lakshmi Priya Devi ki jai. Jai ईशान ठाकुर की जय। वंशी वददानंद ठाकुर की जय। जय स्वपार्षद श्री गौर हरि की जय। जय सर्व अभिष्ट प्रदात गिरिराज महाराज की जय। श्री राधा कुंड श्याम कुंड की जय। श्री मुन देवी कंग देवी की जय। श्री तुलसी महारानी वृंद देवी की जय। श्री भक्ति देवी की जय। श्री पूर्णमासी योग माया की जय। श्री गोपीश्वर महादेव की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे जय। श्री चैतन्य भगवत की जय। श्री वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय। श्री चैतन्य चरितमृत की जय। श्री कृष्णदास कविराज गोसाई पाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। समागत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि वो। Hare Krishna. We'll do the Mangala Charan and then begin. What am I looking for? अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। श्रीसिद्धान्तसरस्वतीति विदितो कोडियगुर्वन्वये भातो भानुरिव प्रभातगगने योगोरसङ्कीर्तनाय मायावारतिमिङ्गिलोदरगतान् उद्धृत्य जीवानिमान् कृष्णप्रेमसुधाब्धिगाहनसुखं प्रादात्प्रभुं तं भजे। वन्दे भक्तिविनोदं श्रीगौरशक्तिस्वरूपकं भक्तिशास्त्रज्ञसम्राजं राधारससुधानिधिं। नमो भक्तिविनोदाय सच्चिदानन्दनामिने गौरशक्तिस्वरूपाय रूपानुगवराय ते श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वृषभानुसुतान्वितवामतनुं यमुनातटनागरनन्दसुतं मुरलीकलगीतविनोरपरं भज गोद्रुमकाननकुञ्जविदुम् स्मर गौरगदाधरकेलिकलं भव गौरगदाधरपक्षचर शृणु गौरगदाधर चारुकथं भज गोद्रुमकानन कुञ्जविदुम्। Once again. आजानुलम्बितभुजौ कनकावदातौ सङ्कीर्तनैकपितरो कमलायताक्षौ विश्वम्भरो द्विजवरो युगधर्मपालो वन्दे जगत्प्रियकरो करुणावतारो। नमस्त्रिकालसत्याय जगन्नाथसुताय च सभृत्याय सपुत्राय सकलत्राय ते नमः। अवतीर्णौ सकारुण्यो परिचिन्नो शरीश्वरो श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यनित्यानन्दो भ्रातरौ भजे। स जयति विशुद्धविक्रम कनकाभकमलायते क्षण वरजानुविलम्बि षड्भुजो बहुधा भक्तिरसाभिनर्तक। जयति जयति देव कृष्णचैतन्यचन्द्रो जयति जयति कीर्तिस्तस्य नित्यपवित्रा जयति जयति भृत्यास्तस्य विश्वेशमूर्तेर्जयति जयति नृत्यं तस्य सर्वप्रियानम्। आदेशि चैतन्यप्रिय गोष्ठीर्चरणे आशिष प्रकारे मोर दंड तबे वंदो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य महेश्वर नवद्वीपे अवतार नाम विश्वम्भर। तवैवास्मि न जीवामि त्वया विना इति विज्ञाय देवी त्वं नायमां चरणन्तिकम्। भक्त्या विहीना अपराधलक्षय क्षिप्ताश्च कामादितराङ्गमध्ये कृपामयि त्वं शरणं प्रपन्ना वृन्दे नमस्ते चरणारविन्दम्। भज श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranams, Rukmini Didi. and and I see there are four devotees watching on YouTube and Facebook. And also pranams to all the devotees who might be watching in the future, like Shachi Devi, Jayadev Prabhu, Krishna Vallabha Didi, Ananda Pradayani Didi, Anuradha Mataji, Madan Gopal Prabhu, and everybody else. Krishna Mai Didi, and everybody else. Haribol. So, I hope you all had a wonderful, uh, sorry, I'm so tired right now. So I might be a little, yeah, I'm just, my brain's not functioning so well. So just bear with me. But yeah, I hope you all had a wonderful festival yesterday on Gaur Purnima Day. Or if you're still, maybe it's still Gaur Purnima for you wherever you are. But um, we had a very, it was a uh, yeah, pretty very amazing Gaur Purnima yesterday. There was a eclipse from 3:20 till almost 7 p.m. And so we had to finish cooking and everything before 3 p.m. and then put tulsi leaves on all the preparations so it doesn't get contaminated by or affected by the eclipse. And then um, but our program started at 3 p.m. and it went all the way till 9:30 p.m. Yeah, 9:30 p.m. So it was 6.5 hours of kirtan and harikatha. And but the kirtan was wow. It was a we had the way we did it is we did first like half an hour of bhajans all the way up to Nityananda Prabhu, and then we had eight speakers. And in between each speaker, we would sing one bhajan for Mahaprabhu. And then after that, we did Abhishek, and then after the Abhishek, there's Arati, Abhishek, the offering, then Arati. Oh wait, is the offering after Arati? Yeah, maybe the offering was after the Arati. Yeah. So then there's Arati, and then oh God, I can't even my yeah. Anyways, I ended up going to sleep at like 12:30 because it, anyways, lots of things, but it was a very beautiful program. Yeah, one of the best Gorpani programs I've attended in a long time. But it was very intense though, and so that's why today I'm barely hanging on right now. Can't actually think, but I don't need to think because today we're just going to be reading. So, but yesterday we began our Bhakti Vinod Giti Dhara program, our new Bhakti Vinod Giti Dhara program, where we're going through the songs of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's, all of it, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's songs. And this time we don't have an agenda. So I don't know how long it will take, but it doesn't matter. Like we're not going to try to finish anything by a certain time. And I think we'll probably go through one song a day. And sometimes will take more than one day to go through a song if there's a lot to get into. Um, so I'll go through Sharanagati, like we'll go through that first song again. I think I went through it in a little more. Yeah, today I'm not going to go through it so slowly because I want to read from Chaitanya-bhāgavata about the calculation of Mahaprabhu's horoscope. But just to keep the flow going, I'm gonna read a little bit from. We didn't actually look at Srila Bhakti Rakshak Srila Goswami Maharaj's commentary for. Um, Sorry, one second. Let me just bring this up. What's this? Okay, let's look at this. I think this is it. Okay, so the introductory song, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori. And maybe tomorrow we can read some words from our acharyas on the glories of Sharanagati. But today we're just going to go through this. So, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori. So, out of compassion for the living beings, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu descended in this world along with his personal associates and his dham. So Srila Bhakti Rakshak Shri Gosai Maharaj in his Lagu Chandrika Bhashya, he says, Shri Krishna Chaitanya is the sannyas name of Shri Gaurasundar. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya uses this name in his prayers to the Lord. Kalan Nashtan Bhakti Yogam Nijam Ya Pradush Kartum Krishna Chaitanya Nama Avirbhutas Tasya Padaravinde Gardam Gardam Liyatam Chitta Bringa. Not familiar with that verse. That's quoted in Antya Khanda 3:123. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is saying, may the honeybee of my heart be ever more deeply attached to the lotus feet of he who has now appeared as Sri Krishna Chaitanya to revive the practice of devotion to himself, which had become lost due to the influence of time. So Krishna Chaitanya Nama. And then Sri Gaurasundar's sannyas ceremony is described in Madhya Khanda 28 in a bunch of verses there. It says, Jata jagatere tumi Krishna bolaila, Koraila Chaitanya Kirtana Prakashila. Eteke tomar naam Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Sarvaloka toma hoite jate hoilo dhanya. So Sri Keshav Bharati said, you have induced the whole world to chant Krishna's name and brought everyone to life, gave everyone Chaitanya, consciousness, life, by inaugurating the Sankirtan movement. Therefore, your name will be Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Because of you, everyone in the whole universe has become fortunate. Heno mate sannyasa koriya prabhu dhanya prakashila atma tattva Shri Krishna Chaitanya. In this way, the Lord gloriously accepted sannyas and revealed his name, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. So Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Doya Kori. Okay, now we're looking at the word Swaparshad, his associates. Right? He has descended along with his associates. Haribol Premavati Didi. So this means his servants, as implied in Srimad Bhagavad Gita 9:25. Yanti deva vrta devan pitrin yanti pitri vrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti mad yajinopimam. So in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, those who are devoted to the demigods go to the realm of the demigods. Those who are devoted to the ancestors go to the realm of their ancestors. Those who are devoted to ghosts and spirits go to the realm of such beings. And those who are devoted to me come to me. They reside in my abode. Hmm. And then the dham, the abode. This means the spiritual domain of the Lord. Krishna describes his abode in Bhagavad Gita as well, 15:6. Natar bhasayate suryo na shashanko na pavaka yad katva na nivartante tad dhama paramang mama. Having reached my supreme abode, which cannot be illuminated by the sun, the moon, or fire, by anything material, the surrendered souls never return to this mundane world. Something I really, actually, I think maybe because I see it's 7:23 and this will take a while for us to get through. So I think right now, just so that we've spent some time with Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur songs, let's just sing through it. And then tomorrow we'll go through Srila Goswami Maharaj's commentary in depth. But yeah, right now I'm just going to, let's just go through it quickly because we have to get through. Um, where do I have it open? Okay, yeah, let's just go through it quickly. Um, um, so in order to bestow the extremely rare treasure of Prem Bhakti, Atyanta Durlabha Prem Kori Bharidan, he taught Sharanagati, Shikaya Sharanagati, which is the life and soul of the devotees. And then we know these six angas. So, well, and then the son of Nanda Maharaj hears the prayers of whoever embodies these six limbs of Sharanagati. With a straw between his teeth, Bhaktivinoda prostrates before Sri Rupa and Sri Sanatan, embracing their lotus feet. Weeping, he says, I am the lowest of the low. Kindly teach me unconditional surrender and make me an excellent Vaishnav. Make me Uttam. I am Adam. Make me Uttam. Okay, so Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Swapashara Sriyadhama Sahayavatari Atyanta Durlabha Prema Kori Bhare Dan Shikhaya Sharanagati Bhakatera Prana Tanyayatma Nivedana Goptritve Varana Avashya Rakhive Krishna Vishwasa Palana Bhakti Anukula Matra Karyera Kara Bhakti Prati Kula Bhava Vajanangikara Sharanga Sharanagati Hoibe Jahara Tahara Prarthana Shune Shinanda Kumara Rupa Sanatana Pare Dante Trina Kori Bhakati Vinora Pore Doh Pada Dhori Kandiya Kandiya Bole Amito Adama Shikaya Sharanagati Koro He Utama Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Jive Daya Kori Swapashara Shriyadama Sahayava Tari Jaya Swapashara Jai Gora Hari Swapashara Jai Gora Hari Jai Shachinandan Gora Hari Shachinandan Jai Gora Hari Hari Bol Hari Bol Haribo Nitai Gaur Haribo Nitai Gaur Haribo 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 Nitai Gaur Haribo. Okay, so tomorrow we will go through the that song more slowly and more depth, and when I have my mind again. Right now I can't think. So now we will move on to on Haribo. Um, Vaidyanath Murari Prabhu, and also Gandharva Haribo. So now we're reading chapter 3 of the Adi Kanda Chaitanya Bhagavat, calculation of the Lord's horoscope. I'm going to skip Srila Bhakti Pramod Puri Gosai Maharaj's Kathasar, and we're just going to jump into this because we only have half an hour. So, Prema Dhana Ratana Pasar, Deko Gora Chander Bajar. Behold Gaurachandra's marketplace, where the jewels of love, where the jewels of love of God are stacked high. Prem Dhan Ratna. Okay, I'll just read these Bengali verses and then we're just going to read the translation so that we can get through this chapter. So, Heno mate prabhur hoilo avatar, age hari sankirtana koriya prachar. চতুর্দিকে ধায় লোক গ্রহণ দেখিয়া গঙ্গা স্নানে হরি বলি যায়েন ধাইয়া যার মুখ জন্মে হো না বলে হরি নাম সে হো হরি বলি ধায় করি গঙ্গা স্নান দশদিক পূর্ণ হইল উঠে হরি ধ্বনি অবতীর্ণ হইয়া হাসেন দ্বিজমানি. In this way, Lord Gauranga appeared by first inaugurating the Sankirtan movement. From all directions, people went to the Ganga for bath while chanting the name of Hari. Even persons who never chanted the name of Hari, who never chanted in their lives the names of Hari, they also chanted the name of Hari as they ran to the Ganga for bath. The sound vibration of Hari's name filled the 10 directions. The Lord, who is the best of the Brahmins, appeared with a smile on his face. Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada in his Gaudiya Bhasha, he says, the tumultuous sound of the chanting of the names of Hari at the transcendental advent of Lord Gaurasundar, the personification of Sri Krishna Sankirtan, indicated that he would later preach the devotional process of chanting the holy names, and thus maintain the religious principles of this age. Shachi Jagannatha Deki Putrer Shimukh, Duijan Hoilen Ananda Swarup. Seeing their son's face, Shachi and Jagannath were filled with ecstasy. Ki vidi koribo iha kichui naspure, asti vyasti narigan jai jai pukare. They were so overwhelmed that they did not know what to do. The ladies there became excited and simply exclaimed, Jai, Jai. Okay, I'm going to just read the translation now. All the relatives came rushing to the house of Jagannath Mishra, and the whole household became filled with bliss. The father of Shachi Devi and the great Brahman, Nilambar Chakravarti, noted wonderful planetary arrangements in each house of the child's horoscope. Okay. In each house, there were signs that indicated a king. Moreover, Chakravarti was astonished by the child's beauty, and he said, Vipra Raja Gore Hoibek Henoyache Vipra Bole Sheba Janibo Taha Pache. He said, there is a prediction that in the future a Brahmin will become the king of Bengal. The future will show whether this child is that personality. Then that great astrologer Brahman, began to speak before everyone present about the symptoms of the various houses in the child's horoscope. He said, Lagne jota deki e balaka mahima, raja hino vakye tare dite nari sima. The qualities I see in this child's horoscope are beyond those of a king. In fact, they are beyond all description. Brihaspati jiniya hoibe vidyavan, alpe hoibe sarva guner nidan. This child will be more learned than Brihaspati. He will soon manifest a reservoir of all good qualities. So that was Nilambar Chakravarti. Now, in that assembly, there was one great Brahman devotee who began to describe the Lord's future activities. And Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says, at the time of calculating the Lord's horoscope, a great personality well versed in spiritual knowledge was present there in the form of a Brahman. He began to describe Mahaprabhu's future transcendental activities, or his distribution of love of God. So now we're hearing from this Brahman. He said, this child is none different from Narayan. He will re-establish religious principles. He will preach wonderfully and thus deliver the entire world. People will receive from him love of God that is desired even that's desired by even Brahma, Shiva, and Shukadev. Just by seeing him, the people of this world will develop love for him. Compassion, they'll develop love for him, compassion for other living entities, and detachment from material enjoyment. What to speak of others? Even Yavanas, those are the Muslims, who are averse to Vishnu, will worship the lotus feet of this child. His glories will be sung in innumerable universes, and everyone, including Brahmanas, will offer respects to this child. He is the personification of religious principles and the benefactor of the demigods, the Brahmins, the spiritual masters, his father and mother, and the sober devotees. Just as Lord Vishnu descends and induces people to follow religious principles, this child will perform similar activities. Who has the power to explain the auspicious symptoms that are found in the houses of this child's horoscope? O Jagannath Mishra, you are indeed glorious and you are glorious and fortunate, because this child is your son. I offer my obeisances unto you. I am also fortunate to have had the privilege of calculating his horoscope. This child's name will be Shri Vishwambar. Jai Shri Vishwambar ki Jai. Yet people will call him Navadvip Chandra. Know for certain that this child is the personification of spiritual ecstasy. The Brahmin did not mention anything about the Lord's accepting sannyas out of fear for out of fear for creating a distressful condition amidst the joyous occasion. Didn't want to yeah, didn't want to be a Debbie Downer. Jagannath Mishra was overwhelmed with ecstasy upon hearing the child's glories, and he desired to give something in charity to the Brahman. But because Jagannath Mishra was extremely poor, he simply took hold of the Brahman's feet and cried. The Brahman then grabbed hold of Jagannath Mishra's feet and he cried. They're both holding each other's feet and they're both crying. While the people present there chanted, Hari, Hari, in great ecstasy. Hearing the Lord's extraordinary horoscope, the friends and relatives there happily chanted, Jai, Jai. At that time, various musicians came and began to enthusiastically play mridangas, shanai, and flutes. Demigoddesses mixed unnoticed with the ladies present there. Aditi, the mother of the demigods, with her right hand placed paddy and durva grass on the head of the child and blessed him, saying, Chiri, oh, here it says Chirayu. Chirayu Bolia. She says, live a long life. She desired, this Aditi desired that the Lord would always remain on this earth planet. Therefore she smiled as she blessed him with the words, Chirayu, live a long life. Although Mother Shachi saw the beautiful demigoddesses there, she was too shy to inquire about their identities. The demigoddesses took the dust from Shachi Devi's feet, and Shachi became speechless out of joy. The happiness experienced in the house of Jagannath Mishra could not be described by either Lord Ananta or the Vedas. People at the house of Shachi and throughout Nadia felt such ecstasy that it is beyond description. Whether in the village, in the houses, or on the banks of the Ganga, everywhere, people continually chanted the names of Lord Hari. Everyone observed the festival of the Lord's appearance while thinking they were celebrating the occasion of the eclipse. Little did they know. Lord Chaitanya appeared on the full moon night of the month of Falgun, a day thus worshipped by Brahma and others. Sundar Gopal Prabhu from England, Simon Haas, he mentioned a neat point about the word about Purnima, why Mahaprabhu appeared on Purnima. Because we know when did Krishna appear? He appeared on the 8th day of the waxing moon. No, of the waning moon. Krishna Ashtami. And so the moon is it's like that, but it's like that, right? And then when did Shrimati Radhika, Shri Radha appear? She appeared on also on Ashtami, but on the Shukla Ashtami or the waxing uh, eighth lunar day. And so her moon is like it's the other way, right? Krishna's moon, this side is white, like this side is, and then on Shri Radha's appearance, this side is white and it's filled a bit more. But then if you bring both of those together, then it makes a full moon. So it's very appropriate that the Krishna Ashtami moon and the Shukla Ashtami moon come together and then it becomes a full moon. If they were puzzle pieces, it would fit, it would make a perfect full moon. So Lord Chaitanya appeared on the full moon night of the month of Falgun, a day thus worshipped by Brahma and others. This day is the reservoir of devotional service. It's Bhakti Swarupini. This day is the very personification of bhakti. Therefore, it is most sanctified because the Supreme Lord, the best of the Brahmanas, appeared on that day. Lord Nityananda appeared on the 13th day of the waxing moon in the month of Magh, and Gaurachandra appeared on the full moon evening in the month of Falgun. Yeah, isn't that cool about the moon? Yeah. These 2 days are most auspicious because all favorable planetary conjunctions are present on these days. Therefore, whoever observes these 2 days attains devotion to Lord Krishna and freedom from the bondage of ignorance. Just and I like how he says this. Ishvarer janmatiti jeheno pavitra Vaishnaver sheyamato titir charitra. Just as the appearance day of the Lord is sanctified, the appearance days of the Vaishnavas are also. Whoever hears about the appearance of Lord Gaurachandra will never feel distress, either during this life or at the time of death. By hearing the topics of Sri Chaitanya, one attains the fruit of devotional service to the Supreme Lord and accompanies the Lord in his pastimes, life after life. And Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, at the end of his commentary, says, if a living entity hears the topics of Sri Chaitanya Dev, his service attitude is awakened, and he can accompany Sri Chaitanya in each of his avatars within this world. Adi Khanda Kata Boro Shunite Sundar Jahi Avatirna Gora Chandra Maheshwar. The topics of Adi Khanda are most pleasing to hear because they describe the appearance of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Gaurachandra. Although the Vedas describe the Lord's appearance and disappearance, there is actually no end to his pastimes. I do not see any beginning or end of the topics of Sri Chaitanya. I simply write down whatever he mercifully induces me to speak. Wow, long commentary. I offer my respectful obeisances unto Sri Gaurachandra along with his devotees, so that I may not commit any offenses at their feet. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet. We still have 10 minutes. Let's read about the name giving ceremony. Jai Jai Kamala Nayana Gora Chandra, Jai Jai Tomara Premier Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to the lotus-eyed Lord Gaurachandra. All glories to your devotees who are filled with pure love of God. Okay, so, O my Lord, please cast your glance of causeless mercy on me, so that my mind may worship you day and night. In this way, Sri Gaurachandra advented, and the happiness in the house of Shachi increased day by day. Seeing their son's beautiful face, the Brahmin couple constantly floated in an ocean of bliss. When the most powerful Vishwarup would see um, his brother who is the Anandar Dham, who is the very abode of all bliss and happiness, joy, pleasure, he would smile. Vishwarup would smile and take him on his lap. Does anyone know how much older Vishwarup was from Mahaprabhu? Yeah, if you know, you can let me know. If you know, you can mention. So all the relatives and friends of the Lord's family would gather around the child, both day and night. Some would recite mantras invoking Lord Vishnu's protection, and some would recite mantras invoking Goddess Durga's protection. Others would chant mantras while circumambulating the house. So the Vishnu Raksha and Devi Raksha. Whenever the lotus-eyed Lord cried, he would stop only upon hearing the chanting of the names of Hari. As everyone came to understand this great mystery, they would all begin to chant the names of Hari whenever the Lord cried. While the Lord was constantly surrounded by people, some mischievous demigods played pranks on them. Okay. What pranks do the demigods play on them? One of them secretly entered the Lord's house, and when the people saw his shadow, they exclaimed, "There goes a thief!" Someone chanted, "Nrsimha, Nrsimha!" And someone offered prayers to Aparajita, goddess Durga. Someone else would protect the 10 directions by mantra. In this way, a commotion arose in the house of Mother Shachi. As the demigod left the house after seeing the Lord, everyone exclaimed, "There he goes!" Someone said, catch him, there goes the thief." Someone else repeatedly chanted, "Nrsimha, Nrsimha." One exorcist said, an Oja, he said, "You are lucky you escaped today. You don't know the great power of Lord Nrsimhadev." The demigods who were secretly standing there watching everything began to laugh. And in this way, 1 month passed. On the occasion of the child's coming out of the maternity room, the ladies accompanied Shachi Devi for bath in the Ganga. As they went for bath, they sang and played musical instruments. They first worshipped the Ganga, and then they went to worship Shashti. After properly worshipping the feet of all the gods, the ladies returned home, feeling satisfied. And I just want to see about Shashti. Shashti is an imaginary village goddess, Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says. This imaginary village goddess is worshipped in order to ensure that the child would not die early, but would live up to 60 years. That's not a very long time. People say that goddess Shashti is to be worshipped on the 6th day after a child is born. This is part of the Nishkraman Samskar, the occasion of coming out of the maternity room. The word Shashtistan refers to the place beneath either a peepal tree or a banyan tree where goddess Shashti is seated. She's seated on a cat, and she's holding a newborn child on her lap. Cool. I've never heard of anyone having a cat carrier before. And I wonder if that's just a different newborn child or her own newborn child. It's probably just any newborn child. Okay, after properly worshipping the feet of all the gods, the ladies returned home, feeling satisfied. Mother Shachi then respectfully distributed roasted paddy, bananas, mustard oil, vermilion, betel nut, and pan to the ladies. And you'll notice whenever Mother Shachi Mata is always referred to as I everywhere. I. All the ladies then blessed the child, offered obeisances to Mother Shachi, and departed for their respective abodes, homes. See, Ayar Charan. In this way, the Lord performed his pastimes. Who can understand them unless they are inspired by the Lord? The Lord wanted everyone to chant his holy names, so he cried frequently. The more the ladies tried to pacify the Lord, the more he would cry. But as soon as they chanted the name of Hari, the Lord would smile and look at them with his moon-like face. Knowing the heart of the Lord, everyone continually chanted the name of Hari while clapping their hands. Everyone happily performed congregational chanting of the name of Hari, Hari Sankirtan, and thus Shachi's house became filled with the sound of the holy name of Hari. As the Lord resided in the house of Jagannath Mishra, he secretly performs pastimes similar to those of Gopala Krishna. Whenever there was no one home, the Lord would scatter things here and there, and then pour oil, milk, buttermilk, and ghee on the floor. Oh my God. I've never heard of Krishna doing that. This is even like a level pouring oil and ghee. That's going to be really difficult to get off the floor. Then the word vitare is a corruption of the word vis. Oh, sorry. So when he understood that his mother was coming, he would lie down and begin to cry. In order to pacify the crying child, Mother Shachi would chant the name of Hari. Then she noticed the big mess in the room, and she inquired, who has scattered this patty, rice, and dal all over the house? She also noticed that the pots of yogurt and milk had been broken. No one could understand who had scattered everything about. There was only the 4 month old child at home. This is like, see, Mahaprabhu, he's using his godhood to create mischief, right? Because a 4 month child wouldn't be able to move around and do all sorts of stuff, break all these pots or whatever. But all the relatives came there, but they were also unable to find a trace of who had done it. Someone said, "Some demon must have come," but he was unable to attack the child due to protective mantras. Being unable to harm the child, he angrily made this mess and then fled away. Jagannath Mishra was very astonished to see the mess, but considering that it was an act of providence, he remained silent. In spite of the great wastage, Shachi and Jagannath forgot all their distress when they looked at the face of their son. In this way, the Lord daily performed some mischief, and then the time for his name-giving ceremony arrived. All the learned persons headed by Nilambar Chakravarti, as well as all the friends and relatives, came for the ceremony. Many chaste women, who were decorated with vermilion and who were as effulgent as Lakshmi, came for the ceremony. Okay, I see Paramavati said that according to Google search, he's a few years older than Mahaprabhu, but it doesn't specify how much. Okay, cool, thank you. Everyone considered what name should be given. The women suggested one name, and others suggested another name. The lady said, "Since you have lost many daughters, this last born child should be named Nimai." In Chaitanya Charitamrita, it says that the name Nimai was given by Sita Thakurani, the wife of Advaita Acharya. After due consideration, the learned scholars there suggested an appropriate name for the child. They said, Since this child was born, since the time this child was born, all the surrounding provinces have been devoid of famine, and the farmers have had sufficient rains. Just as Lord Narayan previously delivered the earth, the entire world has become prosperous since the time of his birth. On Haribol Champak Mataji. Therefore, this child should be named Sri Vishwambar. The name is also given in his horoscope. Jai Shri Vishwambhara Ki Jai. The name Nimai, suggested by the chaste ladies, will be his second name, his Daknam, right? The occasion of the child's name-giving ceremony was most auspicious. Jai Nimai, Jai Vishwambar. So yeah, the name-giving ceremony the Brahmins recited the Bhagavad Gita, the Srimad Bhagavatam, and the Vedas. Both demigods and human beings chanted the name of Hari as conch shells were blown and bells were rung. In order to examine the child's preference, they kept paddy, a book, roasted paddy, money, gold, and silver in front of him. Jagannath Mishra said, "Listen, my dear Vishwambar, pick up whatever you find attractive." And what do you think he's going to pick up? He'll pick the book, of course. Sri Shachinandan left everything aside and embraced the Srimad Bhagavatam. The commentary, Srila Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada says in the commentary, Sri Gaurasundar did not grab the rice paddy, gold, or silver, which are meant for the Vaishyas, nor did he grab the puffed rice to become a gluttonous, greedy Brahman. Rather, from among the many Vedic literatures, he grabbed only Srimad Bhagavatam and held it to his chest. By this gesture, the Lord established the supremacy of Srimad Bhagavatam and disclosed his future pastimes of preaching devotional service to Lord Krishna. From all sides, the chaste ladies exclaimed, Jai, Jai! Everyone predicted that the child would become a great learned scholar. Someone said, This child will be a great Vaishnav. He will realize the purport of the scriptures in a short time. Whoever was blessed by Vishwambar's smiling glance was filled with happiness. Whoever took him on their lap did not like to put him down. In this way, the ladies held on their laps he who is rarely attained by the demigods. Whenever the Lord cried, the women immediately clapped their hands and chanted the names of Hari. As the Lord heard their chanting, he began to dance on their laps. This in turn inspired the ladies to chant with greater enthusiasm. Everyone there continually chanted the names of Hari, for they were induced by the will of the Supreme Lord. Without the Lord's will, no activities are successful. This is confirmed in the Vedic literature and the Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, the Supreme Lord, Sri Shachinandan, inspired everyone to chant his holy names as he grew up day by day. The crawling of the Lord was most beautiful, and the tinkling sound on the bells on his waist enchanted the minds of all. He fearlessly wandered throughout the courtyard and grabbed whatever he saw, even a fire or a snake. My God. One day a snake entered the house, and the Lord caught hold of it in childish sport. The Lord then laid down on the coils of the snake. Seeing this, everyone immediately exclaimed, Alas, alas! But the Lord simply smiled as he lay on the snake. They said, Hi, hi, what are you doing? All the people there called out, Garuda, Garuda! And the Lord's parents cried out of fear. Hearing everyone cry, Lord Ananta began to depart. But the son of Shachi tried again to grab him. The ladies quickly caught hold of the Lord and took him on their laps, blessing him with the words, Chira Jivi, live a long life. Someone tied a protective charm on him, and someone recited auspicious hymns. Someone else sprinkled Charnamrita on him. Someone said, This child has received a new life. And someone said, That was a special snake, and therefore it did not bite him. Lord Gaurachandra glanced on everyone present and smiled. He tried again and again to catch the snake, but they repeatedly stopped him. Whoever hears these confidential topics with devotion will never be bitten by the snake of material existence, the Sangsara Bhujanga. In this way, Sri Shachinandan eventually began walking in the courtyard of the house. I think we can end here, right? Yeah, let's end here because it just keeps going on. All right. Jai Vishwambara ki jai, Jai Nimai ki jai. Jai Shachinandan Gaur Hari ki jai. Right. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur, Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Jai Shri Sachinandan Gaur Hari Ki Jai, Shri Shri Radha Vinod Bihari Ju Ki Jai, Shri Govinda Gopinath Maran Mohan Ju Ki Jai, Jai Gaur Gopal Ki Jai. जय श्री गुरुदेव की जय जय श्री परम गुरुदेव की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय स्वपार्षद श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय श्रील भक्ति विनोद ठाकुर की जय श्री रूपानु गौरी गुरु वर्ग की जय श्री वृंदावन दास ठाकुर की जय श्री चैतन्य भागवत की जय श्री विश्वम्बर निमाय की जय जगन्नाथ मिश्र की जय श्री सच्ची माता की जय विश्वरूप की जय नीलंबर चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर की जय the Brahman astrologer ki jai, all the associates, all of the every all the inhabitants of Mayapur ki jai, all the demigods who came to see Mahaprabhu ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Mayapur Yogapit ki jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Mishra's Anandotsav ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. All the songs of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur ki jai, or Bhaktivinoda Giti Dhara ki jai. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai. Samagata Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Shinitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bo. All the devotees all over the world celebrating this Gaur Purnima Mahamahotsav ki jai. Right. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Dandavat pranams, Rukmini Didi, Premavati Didi, Champak Mataji. And let's see on YouTube and Facebook, I see Vaidyanath Murari Prabhu, Gandharvika Didi, Krishnamai Didi. Who's calling me? Doesn't matter. Um, and oh, Rup Manjari Didi and Nitai. Nitai is there. Haribol Nitai. Okay, and then Neela is there, Shasharmaji, Pramila Didi, and everybody else watching on YouTube and Facebook, and the devotees watching in the future like Shaji Devi, Jai Devi Prabhu, Ananda Pradayani, um, Krishna Vallabha Didi, um, Anuradha Mataji, and Vrinda Didi, and everybody else. Krishnamai Didi is already there. Yeah. And everybody else. Dandavat Pranams. Thank you so much for joining. And I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow to continue reading, um, no, to continue our Bhakti Vinod Kiti Dhara program. We will go through the first introduction song in more depth tomorrow. All right. Dandavat Pranams. Is there anything anybody wants to mention before I end the stream for today? All right. See you all tomorrow. Oh, Haribol Madhubala Didi. Hare Krishna. Nitai just said, Haribol Madhukar Prabhu. Haribol Nitai. All right. See you all tomorrow. Jai Shri Radhe.